Hello. Hello.
Hello.
By the way, my name is Yao. What's your name, please?
It's Andrew.
Hey, nice to meet you, Andrew.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I think this is your question. Let's get started.
Sure. Sorry, that's my dog. Just ignore it. So a solve Sudoku is filled with no space. Okay, so this one is true because it could be filled in as a Sudoku board. I gotta be honest, I saw this on LeetCode a while back, so I know how to solve this.
Okay. Yeah, that's
me,
good to hear.
you want me to solve it?
So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I
Alright,
still want you to solve it.
Yeah, so what I'll do is for every row, right, it basically has to have one number from 1 to 9, right? And every column should have the same thing, 1 to 9. And also in this, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
It's okay. I can hear
and
you.
in these, okay, just, yeah, ignore it. And in each square, we have to have 1 to 9, right? So we could represent each square. So each column in each row is easy to kind of check. But how are we going to check each subsegment of the squares, right? We're going to actually use we're going to use this function. So like row divided by 3 and C divided by 3 to get basically the subsection. And if we basically have 3 hash maps, right? So we have row hash map, column hash map, and sub hash map, which is equal to let's see, 3 NP dictionaries. And what we're gonna do is go through, well, initialize row and column as board. And sorry, it should be the other way around. Right, so I'm gonna do if RC in row HM or RC in col HM or RC in sub HM. Right, RC kind of board. Oh wait, no, what I'm saying is this.
Yes, exactly.
But I gotta check if the. So in this hash map, I'm gonna store the row and not the row and column, the values actually. So I don't even need this. What am I saying? I need to do this. All right, and then I gotta do the same thing. I'm storing the actual values, not the. Yeah. But here I gotta do.
Yeah, this guy, I think needs a argument to know the row and also to know the column, right?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is return false, and then if it's not in any of these 3, then I'm gonna add on to it, add the value to the right. Actually, I'm gonna bring in a default dict. You know what this is?
Yep.
Okay, so because I don't want to do the if else statement, I'm gonna just keep it simple. So I'm gonna keep a boolean actually, and my key will be the actual values. Okay, does that make sense?
The key will be the actual value. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be like,
Oh, that's a bit different than what I saw. Okay.
wait, to think about this. No, sorry, what am I saying? It should be list, actually. Or actually, I had this set.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, sorry. We're gonna have set. And if RC, if this is in the, like that, actually, right? Because we want to check the set inside the associated row column. So this will be actually just row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
exactly.
this will be actually just column C. Or this will be in, this is in sub, and then this will be R divided by 3 and C divided by 3. Right, so we're just checking if this value is in the set, whichever row set it is, if this value is in the whichever column set it is, and if this value is in any of the subsections that it is in, then I'll return false. Otherwise, I'm going to add it to the associated, associated, row and column and subsections set, right? So I'll add.
Yeah. You add the value to the set, the corresponding set.
Exactly. Like that, and then
That's very good. But in actual interview, I would recommend you to pretend that you have not yet seen UC before.
oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'll be like, oh yeah, let me think about this. I'll probably like pretend to think about it in like 5 minutes, and then I'll just return to it. Yeah, I think it should work.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh wait, well,
maybe it's just some steps missing, but the back picture you got it already. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean this is the main logic though, right? And then it just goes through it. But I don't know why it's not working. Oh, because it's the period, right? Let's see. If it's period, I gotta make sure that I pass through it. So if maybe like that. Oh, what the?
Yeah, I think if that's the period, you don't do nothing. And if not a period, you might want to do, and then you might want to check it.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right here, right? If it's not equal to period, then I do the whole thing. Just wondering why it's not working. If it's period, I want to skip it, right? So what am I missing? If board RC is in column C. Board RC. Well, that makes sense. Why is this procking? It shouldn't proc. That. And if I see a period, I'm just gonna skip. Okay, well, I know this is the main logic. It's just weird. It's not working.
Maybe you can walk through and do a dry run, and then to see which one breaks.
Yeah, so if I do start with 5, so 0, 0, 5. I go to the row, I go to the board. Is 5 in? No, no, no. I add it, add it, add it. And then 3, add it, add it, add it. Period. I just skip. Period, skip, add, add. I mean, yeah, this should work. I don't know why it's not working. That is weird. Oh, this should be. Why is this true? So apparently this is supposed to be true. If one's here, one can't be here.
I think because well, in here, I think you need to add a elf statement in here. So otherwise you would do this regardless. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I thought it would run if this doesn't satisfy, right? So.
Oh yeah, there's a return. But there's a. Hang on. Yeah, there's a. Okay. Yeah, it should work.
So this should be the same thing.
Same thing. Okay. Yeah.
It should be false. I don't know why this is true. Right? Because one's here. So one can't be here. That's impossible. Oh, but actually, no, this should be true because we're not filling it in, actually. We're just seeing if one could be. Oh, no, it won't work. Oh, wait, no, this will work still. This should be true. Why am I getting false, though? Expected. Oh, expected false, but I got true. Oh, yeah. If expected false, but I got true. I see. Okay, so I gotta check the. Yeah, this should be false. But how do I check that? I guess. I mean, technically, with all constraints given, it should be true because, right? Like we're not filling anything in. I mean, if you look at by each condition, right? The row satisfies, the column satisfies, and the subsection satisfies. That's why we're getting a true. Do you understand?
Yeah. I'm following. I kind of still baffling to me that is.
Yeah. So I think this should be true. Actually, because again, yeah, the given conditions are. It satisfies, right? So I don't know. I mean, the first one passed, which was the second one passed.
What's the case? Let me see the case.
Like the one I put here is case 3.
Okay.
But I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Expect a false. Okay. Now okay.
Like technically, this should be true, because if you look at the following rules, it makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. This test case is weird.
Yeah. I'm not stupid, right? Like this should work. Like technically, this should be true.
No, you are very impressive actually. You solved it within like 9 minutes.
I mean, I already knew. I saw this question before, so
Okay.
yeah.
But still, you remember how to solve it. That's yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the right answer, right?
Yes, it's not the official answer, but this is the answer that also this is my answer actually when I post LeetCode. It will
Yeah.
pass every test cases on LeetCode.
Like if I do this, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you can
I'll just check the code from my answer. I think I probably did the same thing.
yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure I did the same thing. Yeah. How many lead codes did you do so far?
I have done approximately 107 as of yesterday,
I see. Nice.
so it's not enough actually. How many have you
Yeah.
done?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I literally did the same thing. So I don't know. I did 260.
Yeah, that's pretty good. How long
Yeah.
they take you so far for 260?
260. Um, it took me. So I started in April. I just did like one question a day, and then like
Okay.
more recently I got like interviews, so I did more, and then I just do extra practice with Pramp. All right, I think I could.
Nice.
I think this is a success. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I this is how I solve it as well. And
Yeah.
but before we move on, can you analyze the timing and space complexity for me?
Yeah. So time is O of n times m, where n is the number of rows and m is the number of columns. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Now
sure.
it will be constant, so like 3 by 3 or 9 by 9 in this case.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know
So
you're getting it.
it's yeah, and then space is constant because there's a limited number of spaces on the board. So constant.
And also another question I want to ask you is why do you use a well, I know you know the answer, but I still want to ask you anyway. So why you
Why do we
want
use
to
this?
use exactly why you want to use a dictionary but the value is a set, is not a list or is or anything else?
I mean, set for this question is I think the most appropriate because we want to check if the value we already bypassed is in or not. And I use default dict to avoid the if else statement to check if it's an empty key, then we add it. This just initializes for every key, and you don't have to do an if else statement. So that's why I use default dict. It's part of the default library. So I used it in
Exactly.
interviews too. So I think it's good. Oh, I think
And
it's okay.
when you add a value and also when you check a value in a set, what's the time complexity for that?
It's constant.
Yeah, it's a big O one, right?
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah. This is one I want to emphasize. I know you all know the answer, but I still want to ask you anyway. So
Oh yeah. I
just
mean,
ask.
sure. I'll ask you the same thing. Where are you located?
I'm actually in Canada.
Oh, yo, me too. Where in Canada?
I'm in Alberta, in Edmonton. I'm not in Toronto.
How'd you know I was in Toronto?
Okay. Well, we can chat after we finish the.
Yeah. I already swapped it. It's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
flatten a dictionary. Okay, let's see what we got. So type data structure that's natively in all major interpreted languages. Java. Object.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've never seen this question before.
Never.
No, never.
Well, it's a good practice then, huh? I think this is a really valid question on an interview. Honestly,
Okay.
yeah, it's a super valid question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good luck, my dude.
Looks like I should use a DFS to search for the bottom of it.
Mhm.
That's
Sounds
my initial thought.
Sounds like a good start. So I guess how would you use DFS?
Yeah, I'm thinking about but how can I get at the bottom of the dictionary? I'm
Right.
thinking maybe recursion to keep recursively call a function until a terminal condition is satisfied. That's another thing I'm thinking of as well.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds like it will work.
okay. So yeah. So in order to do a recursion, I always do a recursor function where I need to put in something, and if some terminal condition
Yeah.
is something, and then it breaks.
Mhm.
So I'm still thinking.
Yeah, take your time. Oh shit, my camera went off. For this example on the code test cases, what do you think? I want to see if
What was that?
I'll just keep on thinking. I'm gonna try that test case that we tried on the code. What do you think? Because this is not right.
Yeah, I think your solution definitely will work on the code. It's better than the prom solution.
Yeah, so I got true in the code using the same example.
Yeah.
So that was right. That was right.
There's some problem with that test case. Don't worry about. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the termination condition. So I'm thinking about recursively calling the function until if I hit some condition and then it breaks. So for example, for first dictionary, the key is a key 1, value is a 1, and then key 2, and then it's another dictionary. and then I have the key A, B, and C.
Yep.
Okay. And then the C dictionary has another dictionary. It's D and E.
So I guess what do you want to return when you hit the turn, like the end of the recursion?
Well,
Well, I guess question one is, when do you know the recursion's done? Number two is, what do you want to return when this recursion is done? Right?
yeah. So the first question is if the inside is not another dictionary, it is a in this case it's a value or a string, and then I'm done.
Exactly.
And what I wanted to return is
So,
pair. Mm-hmm.
so let's think of this like intuitively. Right, we have this example.
Yeah.
We start off with key 1 and we check this value, right? And this value is not a dictionary, so I'm assuming we just return what it is, and then we go to the next one, right? Key 2, we see that it is a dictionary, so we have to go through each key value pair within the dictionary, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
So see that dictionary. So this is probably what we call recursion, right? So we have A, B, and C. So we have to go through each example, right? So if we go to the first example, it ends here, right? So what we could do is return this value, but we got to change the key somehow so that it's like that, right? The same thing for key 2. That.
Yeah, exactly. So the
key C,
the key. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for key C, it's another dictionary. So we got to make sure that we go through every key value pairs in C, right? And then same thing for E, there's a key value pair. So you have to go through each key value.
Yeah. And also the key 2, so the key 2 will be something that's input for the recursion.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 things I guess could be returned here.
Yeah.
Did that help a little? Break it down.
Yeah, it helped a ton.
Yeah.
So if the
well, I think it doesn't matter what we pass. I think we don't have to pass 2 things. We could just pass or return 2 things instead of, you know what I'm saying? We just have to pass in the correct dictionary in this case, right? If that makes sense. I try your way first, actually. Don't listen to me. Try whatever you can.
Yeah, this is a nested function, so I think the variable is shared across anyway. For the dictionary.
Yeah, just try whatever makes sense to you first, actually. That tends to work the best, so. But just communicate it. Make sure to communicate.
Yeah, so it's a given, let's say a given value. So if the given value is something I want to pass through, if the given value is not a it is a dictionary. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a dictionary.
Yeah. Legendary.
But in Python, how do I check the type of the thing though?
You could check
Just use type.
type, type, and then put DICT.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
the type is not a dictionary, so I'm gonna return something.
Yeah.
Else.
Start out with like the first case, right? That might be easier.
Yeah.
And then start out with like the second case, and then build your recursion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Usually, like the examples that they give you tend to cover most of the cases. So kind of going through the example they gave you is really helpful in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you.
So. You got this.
Yeah.
You gotta do. So you're trying to traverse through the whole dictionary?
No, it's not a whole dictionary. It's something that is given. So I think.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so to trigger it running, so for each key.
Shouldn't this be given value? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. What are you passing in given val? Like the key?
It actually is the value. Yeah.
This value right here, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna pass in. Okay, I see. Okay. Each key and value. So each key like this. I think you have to do that.
Yeah. That can work. Yeah. Basically, accessing all the keys.
Yeah. You gotta have this.
Yeah, same thing in here. So this is the bottom here is like a trigger. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, and
I'm following.
I'm thinking about what to
Okay.
return now.
Right.
I think also I need a given key as well, and then a given key. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't need to do the things in place, right? I can have a new dictionary, do I?
Oh yeah. You could have a new dictionary.
Okay, cool. Otherwise, it'd be harder.
Yeah. No, don't worry about the. Just do it. Yeah, new dictionary is fine.
Okay. Cool. So. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if that will work though. Does it make sense? Well, I want to walk through with you. I'm not gonna run the test because I will not run it afterward. Because I want to spend some time to chat with you instead. But um, I still want to walk with you verbally on the code to see if that works and makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking at it
So
and kind of it does make sense. I see what you're trying to do.
yeah, I want to explain myself. So I have an output dictionary. At the end, I'm gonna return it. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it O. And
yeah,
so and this is it's like a trigger, right? So it's like a trigger.
yeah, yeah,
So for each of the key in the given dictionary, I mean the master dictionary, that the
yeah,
keys,
yeah.
and then I call the recursor, and also pass along the given key, which is
It's
the
empty.
starting
Yeah,
point is empty, and then all the keys access to the value by using this.
yeah, yeah. That
And
makes sense.
if the type is not a dictionary, it's not another dictionary, and we are done, right? So that's why I put the return in here, so I don't have to do the rest.
Yeah, yeah,
So and then I write it to the output dictionary. So and then the key will
yeah,
be the given key, and now the
yeah.
value will be the given value. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it just keep recursively call itself and call all
Right,
the
right.
keys. And then this is where I got to the concatenation. I forgot a dot. I forgot a dot.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, gonna be like this. So it indicate a child.
Right.
And yeah, for time complexity, it's gonna be well, it's gonna be number of keys we have in total.
Right. So number of depth.
Yeah, exactly. Number of deaths.
Yeah.
Because it's DFS.
So one thing that so if we were to go to this key, what would be the
Right.
output?
What would be the output? So let me think. Good question. The output. What do you mean by output?
Like what would be the key value pair if we were to come here? If we were to go all the way here?
Yeah. So that would be key 2
Yeah.
dot c dot e, and then concatenate an empty string, which is just nothing, right?
Right,
And
but
then will be the.
aren't you adding this? So it should.
Oh crap! Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah,
I have one more. Yeah. Dot at the end. So yeah. Okay, that's a good catch. So if well, yeah. If okay, yeah, that's a good catch. If the key is empty, so what we're gonna do is we don't need the dot anymore. It's gonna be like this.
Right.
And else.
Right. All right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Okay.
Yeah, I think that should work. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm not gonna run the test case. Maybe it might not work, so I don't want to waste the time to debug. But this is my thought.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, for space complexity for the worst case scenario, if the whole thing is nested, right? And then I will have a stack of a recursion call. So that will be a big overhead as well. That will be the worst case scenario because everything is hold up on the recursion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to go debug it, you could try it out. That's fine.
I don't want to waste your time, but I mean I know you get it. So yeah. I want to chat with you. I want to chat with you a little bit though. I always chat with my prom guys, and so
yeah, sure.
So I want to talk a bit about myself first. And actually, I'm physically located in Edmonton. I'm not sure if you've been to Edmonton before. I'm in Alberta. So, but because COVID, I'm reporting to Scotiabank right now. I'm working as a full stack developer for group treasury. Um, yeah, so I actually just got on my job not too long ago, and for my interview, and I went with Google and also Amazon, but I didn't make it though. Because I wasn't good enough and wasn't prepared,
Yeah.
especially for Google, and I kind of hated myself because I wasn't prepared and then jumped right to it. So I wouldn't
Yeah, no
recommend
worries,
everyone.
dude. Yeah, no worries. Where was the office for Google? In Cali?
I think there are two main offices in Canada. One is in Montreal, another one is in Waterloo.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm aware of.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So for Amazon is a bit funny that story. So I booked the interview in a month, but unfortunately, they found some guy already.
Oh shit, that
So
sucks.
yeah. So well, I'm not sure that's too bad because I wasn't prepared, right?
Which was it on site or?
Yeah, I passed the OA, the online assessment, and then I waited for a month because I wasn't prepared. So and then when I did a lot of legal for that month. Actually, it was crazy, but I still didn't feel that I was prepared though. So it
Yeah.
was well, I think it was okay, even though anyway, yeah, that's me, and then the recruiter kind of came back to me, asked me do I want to do it again, and now they had so the first one was with AWS, and now they have another guy
Oh,
from Vancouver.
AWS.
Oh, you don't like it? You don't like AWS?
No, no, I like AWS. I don't. I heard that if you work for AWS though, it's terrible.
Oh, what was the problem?
Long hours, like super long
Oh,
hours.
really? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Uh, and uh, and now they have another guys from Vancouver, and they asked me, do I want to do it now? And
Yeah.
I said, nah, yeah, not now. I'm not super prepared. So yeah,
It's just right.
yes, that's why I jumped back to a problem, and they need just want to do some more problems before I go back there. Yeah. So what about
How
you?
long?
What was your story?
Uh,
What
so
was the question?
how long have you been working at Scotia?
I just got on a job like a month and a half actually, not too
You're
long
looking for a
ago.
new job already?
Well, you never know, right?
True. Have you been? Was this your first like developer job or?
No, no, I actually quite experienced, and I finished
Oh,
school back in 2014. But
okay.
I wasn't in CS though. I was in math, math and stats.
Which school did you go to?
Which what?
What school did you go to?
The U of A. U of A.
Oh, U of A. Alright, cool, cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like similar as you. I work at CIBC right now as a full stack.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I've been working for like 8 months. I was in math as well, and I transferred to CS recently.
Nice. Nice.
I just recently finished my on-site with Amazon like last week. I didn't get it. Um, but
What
I
was
did another. Yeah,
what was the what was the feedback that you received from Amazon?
you don't receive a feedback.
I think
It's
you
and I
I heard
didn't.
some guys from I heard from some guy from YouTube. If you push it, then you might receive some feedback though.
I mean, I know what I did wrong. It was like I didn't prepare on the leadership principles, to be honest, that well.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah, like and one of the interviewers asked me a bit related questions. So I was like, whatever.
Bit? You mean the data structure?
No, like bit manipulation. Yeah, yeah, bit the data structure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I, like
That was it.
I didn't study bit, so I was like, whatever.
Okay,
Right.
but I think well, there was a guy on YouTube talked a lot about the behavioral interview questions with Amazon. What was the guy's name? He's a Polish guy.
Oh, Keep on coding. I don't know.
No, not that guy. No, not that guy. Hold on.
Anyways, like the point is, I did really bad on the leadership principle and the bid question, so it was like 2 out of 4. The other 2 I did pretty okay, but 50-50 is not a good thing, right? So I didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did another onsite yesterday for another company. I have another onsite coming on Monday with Wish, so we'll see. Yeah.
Wow. Which company? I mean, would you mind me to ask you which one did you go yesterday?
Yeah, it's called Text Now.
Tax now.
Yeah, it's like messaging app. It's like WeChat, but their business model is like super unique, and they have like
Okay.
10 million active users, I think.
So it's
Pretty big.
it's like a startup.
Like a startup, but they're pretty well like in the middle. Like they're not a startup, you know what I mean? They're like pretty established.
Oh yeah. By the way, I found a guy's name. So his name is Dan. Corditor, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
guy.
honestly, if I didn't get it, whatever. Like, I don't really care anymore at this point. It's like whatever.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you might I mean you might come across it again in the future. Right? You never know, right?
I mean, yeah, but whatever. Amazon is like it's a great company and all, but there's better companies out there too. So
yeah.
like
Fair enough.
Wish, and the company I just interviewed for pays like a lot more than Amazon. So
Oh really? Yeah,
yeah.
Amazon is pretty impressive already. The pay in terms of pay.
Yeah, like Wish pays close to 200 and plus.
Oh, Canadian
Amazon pay.
dollar.
Yeah, in Toronto.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, go check levels. I'll show you. Levels at FYI. If you go to Wish.
Yeah, can you
software
share with me the link that you're looking at the level?
Yeah. Go to here, and then just type in Toronto in the latest salary submissions.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Yeah. Honestly, Toronto stepped up a lot in terms of salary, especially for these big companies.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, it's pretty up there.
Why you don't consider go to Silicon Valley directly?
Just personal. I have a dog that I have to take care of. And she's really old. So once she kind of passes, I'm probably gonna go to like New York, or I don't want to go to Silicon Valley. I want to go to New York or LA or Vancouver. We'll see.
Why you don't like Silicon Valley? You don't like the San Francisco Bay Area? That's the highest pay area, right?
It's not the highest pay area. Like, so there's 3
Oh,
major hubs. There's Seattle, New York, and San Francisco.
right.
So any of those 3 pay really well. The reason why I go to San Francisco is because I went to Waterloo, and people are saying San Francisco is like Waterloo. So I don't want to be at an environment that I hated. Only to go for good weather. Like I'd rather be in a place where I can do stuff. And I heard Silicon Valley, you can't really do stuff. So yeah,
I saw so many Pram guys from Waterloo. Also, there's a very famous guy on YouTube. What's his name again? Also from Waterloo. That what was his name?
What tech?
Yeah, Joe Martek.
Yeah, he was in my year.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's my cohort, like same year, alumni.
Oh, so you actually have seen him in the class?
Well, I haven't had the same classes, but I know I have friends that are friends with him because they were in the same
Really?
program. Yeah. So it's like
I think that
yeah,
that guy now is a millionaire, right? He has like 2 YouTube channels.
yeah, he's well off probably. But yeah,
but
man.
actually, if he is he really that good at CS though?
Honestly, I think just by the way he tells his stories, I think he's like on our level. You know what I mean? He's not like super
That
smart. but like he could do stuff like this. And honestly, all the interviews that I had are probably easy, like on this level are a bit easier. So
okay.
as long
That's
as you
good to
do what you
hear.
did like today, like write code that makes sense, I think it should be good. Because I mean, at least for Amazon, they didn't run the code. They just asked you to code it up and explain your logic. So
Yeah. I want to share with you of my Google experience. I'm not sure if you applied to Google. Google is kind of well,
no, I
my
haven't.
yeah. So my dream company is Facebook. I haven't heard anything back from Facebook because well, I love working from home. But for Google is okay. And so this is what happened with Google. I passed the first one. Interview with a gal from I think she's from California. Uh, so Google is kind of weird, right? So you don't know what team you're getting into. And
Right.
then and the second guy is from machine learning, and then he asked me to code up a data type. It's called iterator. I was like,
Okay.
what the fuck is feature? I was like, what the fuck is iterator?
Yeah.
Is that for loop or something else? I was like, I was so struggled, and because
Yeah.
I don't know what to code up.
Right.
And then afterward, I bombed it, right? Obviously, I don't even know what to code up for the data structure.
Sounds like a
It was
linked list.
exactly that's what I said. This is a linked list, and
Yeah.
then he said, yeah, kinda it is, but it's not quite. It was like okay, shit. And then I was, and then also the connection was that great. It wasn't that great, and then I waited like 10 minutes before I get into the room. So I
Yeah.
was nervous already.
You didn't have luck basically. Yeah. I mean, shit happens. Bro, I got asked a bit question. I never get asked it on an
Yeah,
onsite too.
I'm gonna study for bits tonight.
Honestly, like I don't think it's worth it. Like I think it's so not common that I'd rather focus on other things like depth first search, graphs, trees, recursion, all that like important stuff. Because bit's not that important in my opinion.
Yeah,
Uh,
I came across the problem before in LeetCode. I just skipped it.
yeah, I mean that's what everyone does. So if you
Did
get a
you
bit question, just yeah.
did you get asked a object design question? Is it
Yeah, on
SDE
my
one or
on-site,
SDE one or SDE two?
just one.
What kind of design question did you get asked?
They asked me to implement like a library class of like books, and you need to be able to like check in, check out books. And then once you make that, they ask you a curveball where they're like, how do we know if the person that checked out is the right person and they checked out the right book? Like if the person checking out the book and checking it back in is the same person, like stuff like that. Authentication pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you need an
Yeah.
ID. Basically, you have to use a like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
could
know.
use like
I'm
book
just
ID and
guessing.
use user ID and then just make some logic up. That makes
Is,
sense.
is it like only talking, or you have to code it up for those design
Oh, you
questions?
have to code it too. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty challenging. You have to do it within an hour.
Yeah, but the question itself wasn't too challenging. I mean, that question I thought I did pretty well, honestly. So I wasn't really too like the questions I did well were the questions I didn't prepare for, which were LP and bid. So like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, that's why I'm not even mad. It's like I purposely didn't. Oh, well, LP I tried, but it's like my limited experiences couldn't handle it. Plus, like bid question, I'm okay with it because it's a big question. Like whatever. But
That's sad.
yeah, I mean whatever. I still got one more on site, so we'll see about that.
Yeah. Best of luck this next Monday, right?
Yeah, it's coming Monday. But I mean, knock on wood, I did pretty well on yesterday's on site, so we'll see. But I don't want to jinx it if I don't get it. That's kind of embarrassing, but we'll see. You want to connect on LinkedIn?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I want to say. Yeah, please.
I'll give you my.
Well, Yeah. Well, hopefully you can pass on Monday, and then you don't have to come back to prom again. But I still want to check in with you. I mean, um, because I'm not from a CS background, so I
I'm
want to
not
make
either.
friends with people. So okay.
I'm not either. I'm not a CS grad. I'm on your boat, man.
It wasn't.
I'm mad.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. Yeah, I know where. Are you? Did you go to boot camp or study by yourself?
Well, I'm on an online CS degree.
Oh, I see.
Uh, UT Austin.
Oh, okay, interesting. Do you have to pay
UT
for that?
Austin. Oh, definitely, it's expensive. It's like a $10,000 for the entire program. Yeah,
Jeez.
and on top of that, I was very pissed. So because they advertise that they only need like a 10,000, but
Yeah.
on each semester I have to pay some international differential fees, like international student fees, code and uncode fees, $125. So immediately they increase my tuition by 100, like 10%. Wow,
Damn.
you have no experience.
It's all from internship, but it's not in CS. That's the problem.
So this is your first ever CS job.
Right now, yeah. But,
Yeah. So the way that I get into it, it was, oh, you worked in New York before.
yeah, I was in New York. So I have a friend
Well, for
that works in Facebook New York. So I might ask her for a referral. I mean, for me, I don't want to. I'd rather go to Google than Facebook because I heard Google has better work life balance.
but Google, okay, but Facebook you can work from home forever, right?
Really? I don't. I never heard that before.
That's what I saw from the job description. I don't have anyone from working from Facebook. I don't know.
I don't know about that. You might have to fact check that, but
But I mean, for me, because I have a Chinese citizenship, so I can't work for companies for US now. So, but
oh,
let's say
what?
you get,
That
I have to
sucks.
get, I mean, no, I have to get a visa, or I have to get a Canadian
Oh,
citizenship, which
okay. I see.
I'm doing that. So, but let's say I wanted to ask a lot of Prem guys. I asked this question. So let's say you're Canadian, right?
Yeah.
And you can actually you can get a job from the US. Would you? And then after you get a job, would you? And then you go from home. Would you stay in Canada or you stay in US to do the job though?
If I didn't have my dog, I would go to US because the pay that you get depends on where you are.
But can you report at the office in San Francisco, but you physically located in Toronto
No,
though?
you can't. My
How
my
do
friend that works in Facebook told me that wherever you are, you get paid that amount, like
but how do
adjusted
they
cost. How do they know?
but how
How
do they
it's
know?
Facebook and Google. They probably know everything.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm still in Edmonton, but I'm reporting to Toronto already. So, but now it's just 2 hours of difference for time, right? So now in Edmonton already 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but now in Toronto probably 8 o'clock already, right? Um, but that's the
Yeah,
only
but
difference.
I don't know. I think like from what I heard, like tech companies know where you are, where you work from.
Yeah,
So
maybe. Yeah.
and the pay that you get depends on where you live. So to answer your question, if my dog wasn't here with me, I would go to the States. Because that
Okay.
more opportunity, more salary, and I mean that's like two big things, right? More opportunity and more salary. Especially like
Well,
our age, I think we should try to make as much money as we can.
wow. So sounds like your dog takes up a big part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, we had her since she was a baby, and like my
Oh,
parents can't take care of her right now. My sister can't take care of her, so I have to take care of her. But she's old,
okay.
so it's like I'm trying to make her living life the
Well,
best.
she sounds pretty active to me though. I can hear her during the interview.
Yeah, she is. She's healthy right now, but it's like you never know, right? Going into the future.
But what happened? But can you like bring the dog to US though?
I can't, but my like family wants to see her.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, everything's like right now tied to my dog. That's why like my plan right now is to get a job in Toronto, work there for like 2 or 3 years, and then go to the States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like yeah.
Same as me, and I'm in the process of applying for a Canadian citizenship. After that, I can get a TN visa, and then I can work for companies in US.
Yeah.
By the way, I send you the request for LinkedIn already. Yeah. Actually, from my actuarial background and the stats and the math, that's where I was from. I really want to get into what to do when I was in the university, but I couldn't. So,
I mean,
good for you.
whatever. It's whatever. It's like doesn't matter where you start. It's matter where you end, right?
Oh, you're Korean?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, nice.
All right, I didn't get your. I'm sure I'll get it. It's. I guess it's pending, or like it takes a while.
I'm gonna
But
send you the link as well.
all right. Yeah, man. If you're ever in Toronto, let me know.
Yeah. Maybe we can connect.
Oh, you're a FSA. You went up to your
Yeah.
FSA.
Oh,
Jeez.
you
Yeah,
heard
I
that?
worked in a. No, I worked in a insurance company, right? So
Oh yes, in New York,
I
right?
know. Yeah, I know what it is, but that's impressive. You swapped after you did all your actuarial
Yeah.
exams.
I wouldn't recommend getting into it. It's like it took me
Oh
like
no,
7 years of.
I'm not. Don't worry.
I don't
I
think it's worth it. It took me like 7 years of my life. And the pay was still not as high as in.
yeah, like
And it's not
the barrier to entry to software is so much lower than like actuary. Plus, you make a lot more in software.
exactly. I don't think I if I had a kid, I wouldn't recommend my kid to go for it. It's not worth it. Now I look back, 7 years of my life, man. I don't think
Yeah,
it's the best.
I know.
It's the
I know what you mean.
it
But I
kind
mean,
of
it's impressive though.
yeah.
So
Well, thanks, but it kind of sucked me in the soul, though. It was
yeah,
it was not
I mean, at least you're riding the wave now. That's important, right? The tech juice.
exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. I wish you best of luck for your interview on Monday, and hopefully I won't see you again on Pram, but I want to see you again, but hopefully I won't see you again
Yeah, I
because
mean,
if you
once
get
I
into it, you don't have to come back to Pram anymore.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, once you see the new change on my LinkedIn and you want a referral, let me know. I'll help you out.
Definitely, I will reach out.
All right. Have a good one then.
Best of luck, Andrew.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.